Hello again, beautiful creators, and welcome to your monthly how-to video for January. Okay, so let's talk about how to determine who is a reptilian and who is not. Now, I will say that, as always, in anything spiritually, it's not a proven science. I can't give you 3 checklist items and say, these are the for sure 3 things. I can kind of discuss with you how I was able to determine shapeshifters in my own life and then kind of base the teaching off of that. But, I mean, I want to say that I'm not an expert in this, but I would say that, yeah, I do have a lot of experience in it, probably more than most, I'm going to assume. But like I said, it's not like what I do all the time. Okay, so the first indication that I always have, regardless of, intuition is always present, as you guys know, but regardless of intuition, regardless of channeling, regardless of tapping in, the first inkling always, like the first sign of a reptilian shapeshifter, is actually how they look. And like I said, as we move forward, there are going to be more and more of these reptilian shapeshifters not being able to hold their form, which means more photos, more videos, more caught on camera reptilians in the future. Without a doubt, I am making that prediction right now. And, which is so exciting, because they are unable to hold their frequency and hold their form on the planet, and there's going to be more and more of them shapeshifting on TV and on media, this stuff is just going to be more and more apparent, or they're just not going to be in the limelight, which means that they no longer have the influence, which means that it's leaving the door open for new politicians, for new TV broadcasters, for new celebrities who are of the light. As the frequency shifts on planet Earth, we're just going to get more and more extremities. Extremities? Okay, no. People are either going to be light and love or fucking dark. And I'm hoping that eventually we're going to be able to come into the middle and be like above the light and the dark and just allow ourselves to be 0 point frequency. That's the quantum state anyway. But we're going to be extreme light, extreme dark for the next 4 years before we get to that place of quantum. And then what else? Oh yeah, and I have noticed this as well myself. Okay, reptilians have a very long tongue, okay? Like really, really grossly, like they can touch their, whatever, they can touch their nose and stuff. But what tends to happen with reptilians who have a very long tongue is it's hard for them to keep their tongue contained in their mouth. It sounds weird. So when they're talking, they have to be in form in order to talk properly with their tongue, whatever, aligned. When they're not talking, okay, how do I say this? Okay, here's what I've seen from personal experience and then also like observing the online, like different videos and stuff. They will be playing with their tongue in their mouth. So it'll go like this. Like it almost looks like they are chewing their tongue. Now, most of the time they've got this under, like they've been trained not to do this. But sometimes in the background, you'll see, maybe the spotlight isn't on them and you'll see someone.
Many of them are studying STEM, and most of them are actually never in classrooms where they're hearing a discussion of issues like anti-Semitism or the conflict in Israel and Palestine. So that's the first thing that I would point out. So we academics can continue to foster those conversations, and we need to take them outside of the classroom. I think the other place where there can really be a lot of work done that would be very successful is on the side of student life on campus. And so student organizations are, they range broadly and widely.
Of course, I mean, the biggest physical experience of a shapeshifter is like their eyes shifting into slits.
Your constituent and their Penn student. I'm very troubled.
Your constituent and their Penn student.
Which is that any organized student group must comply with the rules of the university, and if they have violated those rules, they can be non-recognized. Similar policies, which is that any
to build their careers
Okay,
there.
they're only giving me 5. You're not going to answer the question. They only give me 5 minutes. They only give me 5 minutes. They only give me 5 minutes.
Or sometimes they'll like, I don't know. They have like another eyelid underneath their eyelid.
Purported belief that Congress was the subject of a foreign attachment to the FBI. That letter expressed a purported belief that Congress was the subject of a foreign.
Security of our campus and our students in particular is my top concern. Campus and our students.
Obviously, that's like the biggest symptom is like you actually see them shifting. So if a shapeshifter cannot hold their form, the first thing to go is typically their eyes.
We've been leaning into those processes, and we do have disciplinary actions underway.
Thank you. My time has expired. I yield back.
As there have been incidents, we've been leaning into those processes, and we do have disciplinary actions underway.
Thank you. My time has expired. I yield back.
Disciplinary actions underway. Disciplinary actions underway.
So we're working on that right now, and I assure you,
Parts of our program need to be enhanced. So we're working. Parts of our program need to be enhanced. So
That's essentially, oh yeah, okay. I didn't even get to this. So yeah, I mean, you can tune in if you're clairvoyant, awesome, you can see some stuff. I always want to say like just a word of caution when tuning in, because in a lot of ways, reptilians are very similar to other paranormal things, like maybe entities or ghosts or spirits that are just kind of free roaming. Reptilians can tell if you notice them. I don't know how else to put that. Like, they know when you know. And so just be careful. But that's all.